Welcome to BaldHeaded Metal, guys, and BaldHeaded Metal, guys, and welcome back to another reaction to a band I'm finally getting around to, Chelsea Grin, with their song "The Isnis." It looks like it's gonna be some kind of death metal or black metal, something really heavy. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully, it's good. Let's see what it's all about. For those who are new to this channel, I tend to express myself 100% how I feel about music, but I do it more for the interest of conversation, how I feel, so that we can have an interesting back and forth rather than an outright criticism of a particular artist. And with that in mind, let's get into the reaction. That was my kitty making noises. I don't know why a lot of newer bands, especially in extreme genres or hardcore or postcore, whatever extreme metal genre you want to talk about, there seems to be a movement in music where it's devoid of groovy or kind of interesting riffs, and it goes for some other kind of different sound where it goes for this extremality of music. And I know a lot of people really dig that style, like with this band, or like his just brutal vocals with just like non-stop bashing sound. And I don't know, I find that kind of a turnoff because I started listening to heavy metal because of the cool factor, to be honest, like with thrash metal, with all the riff heavy bass music and the really cool blistering solos, and even in death metal, like if you listen to old school death metal, there's a lot of really groovy riffs like in Bolt Thrower, Asphyx, or Jungle Rod. Even Cannibal Corpse has those moments as well. And this seems to be just heavy, but without that, I don't know, without that cool factor for me. That's like the only cool part for me, when that little guitar melody comes in. Yeah, it's, I don't know, it sounds like it's just like a heavy mess. And again, it's not because I think they're not talented. I think the musicians are talented. It's the style of music that seems to be very popular now. And it to me, just literally just sounds like a loud mess. And this comes from somebody who listens to black metal, to death metal, to speed metal, to everything in between. But even the fastest speed metal that I could ever think of somebody like Chris Youn, still had really cool and addictive riffs or transitions or something. But here it's just like, it's a non-stop mashing of instruments. It almost sounds like four people in a room playing to themselves, and then somebody decided to splice it together, you know? I really don't know what the deal is. And it's like, you obviously know they have the ability to do it, but maybe somehow they find it to be boring or done that, been there. Like, I don't know what the reasoning is. I just know that I don't like it. Yeah, and see, there's like a nice melody in the background, but it's getting drowned out by all the instruments and how heavy everything is. And I never thought I would complain about heaviness, uh, because I love it to be the faster, the heavier, the better. But when I listen to Nile, I can hear a structure of a song and music. When I'm listening to this, it sounds more chaotic. But the difference is it doesn't sound chaotic and crazy because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. It's more from a perspective, this is a conscious choice to write music like this. And I thought of Lorna Shore the same way until I heard the more melodic songs that they would release with their kind of very intricate symphonic melodies, which I see them leaning into more and more and more, so much so for the whole album, which I think it was a better direction for them, displaying their skills a lot more. Where this for me is just kind of boring. I'm also willing to admit that this is probably just going over my head and I'm just not getting it, or this genre of heavy metal. I'm just not getting it. But I can only be honest with myself and how I personally feel about this music. And of course, there's always going to be somebody who really, really loves it. And you can tell by the comments down below as well that people really tend to enjoy this kind of a sound. And maybe that's where I feel a little bit out of touch. Uh, it does happen to everybody, right? We tend to become out of touch with certain things and we become nostalgic about others. For those who really enjoyed, I would love to hear what is it about this particular band that really clicks with you. Perhaps maybe I just need to give it more of a shot with other songs to really click with me as well. And that being said, guys, make sure to enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe out there, and most of all, keep it metal.